What's good, y'all? Welcome to my channel. So this feels very awkward for two reasons. Number one, I didn't really think about a catch line or a tagline for my intro. And secondly, this is the longest I've ever spoke to myself. Ever. Really. But I'm very excited to make this video. And this will be the place where I house most of my yap sessions and give a lot of unsolicited advice. Well, technically, I guess it wouldn't be unsolicited if you clicked on the video, unless I used the clickbait title, and I wouldn't put it beneath me for doing that. Or you left your YouTube autoplay on and you somehow stumbled upon this video. But anyways, while I still have you here, and before you proceed in getting distracted and started your doom scroll, this video will be about the gym. Specifically those who are looking to start going to the gym and don't know where to start. Now, I get it, things could be very overwhelming or you feel overstimmy, but I will guarantee you, I will do my best to summarize everything you need to know about the gym in one video. Now, just as an important disclaimer, I am not a certified fitness trainer, but I have been going to the gym consistently for about 6 years now, and I do work in the sports industry. Now, since the pandemic, more people, more than ever, are going to the gym, and that makes me very happy because in the crazy world that we live in, where it's looking like we're slowly losing control of pretty much every aspect of our life, it feels good that people are taking control of their physical well-being and making that a priority. Now, to start, I want to point out a big reason why you shouldn't be going to the gym. You should not go to the gym with the sole focus or goal of seeking validation. If you really think about it, most humans are built to be social creatures, so we're naturally inclined to seek validation from others. Now, for being honest, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. A large number of us go to the gym with the goal of achieving a better looking body and wanting to look hotter. Now, the key difference is that you want to seek a better body or build a better body for your own overall health and for your own self-esteem and your own mental well-being. There is a difference between working towards that and just saying, hey, I just want a better body just so I can attract X, Y, and Z person. So a little bit of backstory. I started going to the gym because back in the day, there was a really pretty girl I tried to rizz up. And while we did hit it off on the phone for a bit, she went on to date some other dude in my high school who was fucking jacked. Now, that girl was just being very nice to me. But anyways, she went on to go date that dude. And she did not pick him because he was fucking jacked. She picked him because they were a match. And now they have a beautiful family together. So if they're ever watching this video, congratulations. I hope all is well. The most important piece of advice that I want to drive home with this video is that the gym should be a lifestyle change for you. Your mentality starts to shift in the sense that the gym now becomes not just a lifestyle but a process, and you trusting in that process. And so long as you have discipline and consistency, which is another thing the gym will teach you to do or practice, you will get towards long-term satisfaction, especially nowadays where we live in the social media era where we want instant gratification, instant stimulation, instant success. The gym really builds this mindset of slowing that down and understanding if you want to achieve the greater things in life, you have to work hard on a day-to-day basis. And this is especially helpful for my younger people out there that don't understand this yet. Now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the video. So consider this the secret sauce advice. Assuming that you're able-bodied, the majority of your gym training should be strength training. And what strength training is that you're doing exercises where you're using free weights, machines, compound movements, body weight movements like push-ups or pull-ups, all things of that sort. And the reason why I say you should be doing strength training is that strength training is going to allow you to build muscle mass and boost your metabolism. So as someone that was considered skinny fat, I made the mistake at first in doing ab training, which was helpful in building my abs, but obviously I didn't do any strength training, so I still kept this same skinny fat aesthetic that I was actively trying to move away from. Now, if you're a bigger person, you also want to be doing strength training because building more muscle mass is going to allow your body to break down the visceral fat that you have. So your next step is developing a weekly training schedule where you're subdividing each days by specific muscle groups you want to hit. It is not ideal for you to start out with full body exercises or calisthenics, which is I like to call avatar training. But anyways, you don't want to start out with full body exercises because you need to allow your body ample time to recover in between gym sessions. And recovery is very important because what happens when your body's recovering is that your body's repairing itself after a workout, and that's when muscle synthesis occurs. A good place to start would be 3 to 4 days of training where each day you're hitting specific muscle groups. For example, let's say you plan on working out between Monday and Thursday. Monday could be leg day, Tuesday could be backs and biceps, Wednesday could be chest and triceps, and Thursday could be a mix between arms, cardio, or another leg day. In each of these days, you want to at least incorporate 4 to 5 exercises with multiple sets. Make sure, again, you're incorporating a variety of different exercises, machines, free weights, cables, body movements, etc. I'm going to provide a beginner sample of a weekly workout split made by a fitness website, I would say, or blog. Yeah, blog would be a better way to put it. But it's very important you do your research and you establish your routine prior to you actually going into the gym. The routine is going to help you provide structure, allow for tracking progress, and a way for you to hold yourself accountable. Next, and a very important thing to consider when you're working out or living a healthy lifestyle, unfortunately, is your diet. I'm saying unfortunately because I'm a big bag. Having a diet doesn't mean you can't have a cheat meal every once in a while, but it means you need to have a consistent meal plan where you're having a balanced diet of proteins, carbs, vitamins, veggies, etc. Now, your diet's going to depend on your goals, but I'm going to break it down in simple terms. I am not a dietitian. So all humans need to take in calories every day to do their metabolic activity. If you're someone that needs to gain weight or bulk, you want to bulk up, you need to do what's called a calorie surplus, meaning you're consuming more calories than your recommended daily intake. If you want to do something that's called in the gym community a cut, that means you want to consume less calories than your daily recommended intake. Now, there are a bunch of calculators out there that will help you track your caloric intake, and I encourage anyone that is going to undertake in this to do plenty of more research or consult an actual health professional. Your diet is not something you need to immediately figure out when you're starting out in the gym, but it's something that you want to consider in the long term. It's sort of like saving money to buy a house. Lastly, do not ignore cardio. Cardio is extremely important, not just for sports, but for your overall health. Cardio, or aerobic exercise, works out your heart. For the first couple years in my fitness journey, I ignored cardio, and I then realized this was a very huge mistake when I decided to play soccer with the bros. When I played, I literally could not sprint. I cramped up, I was sore for days, and I felt heavy from carrying all of my newfound gym weight. Now, obviously, part of the difficulty was that I haven't played in years, and I was struggling to carry my newfound weight. More importantly, my heart and body could not keep up. And from that day forward, I added my cardio to my weekly routine. Now, I implore you guys, please do not ignore cardio, or else next time you play sports with the bros, you're going to be out there looking like Boston Celtics Shaquille O'Neal. And you don't want to be watched at 21. Trust me, it's not a good look or feeling. Now, if you made it this far, this is pretty much all you really need to know when you're starting out in the gym. Now, I'm going to include some other concerns or things you might consider or worry about when thinking about or considering going to the gym. Now, firstly, you might feel anxious going into the gym, and it's natural to feel anxious because this is something that you're embarking for the first time. And I'll say this right now, nobody cares or is going to look at you when you're in the gym. If anyone is looking at you weird or giving you bad looks, that's because they're very insecure, and that is something that they need to work on within themselves, and that's a projection that they're projecting onto you. You're there to improve your mental and physical well-being. So if anyone is really against that, they're a fucking loser. Now, let me add in a very important caveat, and I'm going to say this, and this pretty much applies to any public place, any public setting that you're going to be in. People will not look at you unless you're doing something very stupid. And when I first went into the gym, I did something very stupid. I did not follow the proper gym etiquette in keeping a shirt on, and I immediately went shirtless after my first rep. And a gym trainer and a couple dudes kind of looked at me crazy, and they were like, "Bro, can you please put on a shirt?" So that's to say, if you're following proper etiquette and you're minding your own business, you're gonna be fine. Trust me. I would encourage you to also probably bring a buddy, or someone that you trust that probably either is also wanting to go to the gym or is already going to the gym. It's just a good way to kind of get you more acclimated to the gym, get you acclimated to the etiquette, and trying to give you more motivation to like push yourself to actually go. If you have the money for it, maybe invest in a personal trainer for at least 1 to 2 gym sessions, just so they can kind of kickstart you off and get you acclimated to what you need to do or where you need to go in the gym. Next, you must stretch. This is a mistake I made very early on, and thankfully I did not get injured, but you definitely need to do some dynamic stretching to ensure that your body has its full range of motion capabilities and you're not cramping up. If you don't stretch, it's going to lead to you injuring yourself, especially early on in your gym career where you're just learning how to do these movements for the first time. The first couple weeks are also going to be rough because you're going to have what's called, or what I like to call, beginner soreness. You'll be very exhausted and sore, but after 1 to 2 months of consistent training, you will eventually overcome this. Lastly, do not get fooled by beginner gains. Beginner gains are known as the rapid muscle growth or visible body transformation you will see during the first 1 to 2 months of your gym journey. Now, the beginner gains are obviously going to look great, but do not be fooled into thinking the journey ends here. The second biggest takeaway I want everyone to take from this video, especially those aged between 18 to 25, is the gym will teach you delayed gratification. You will ultimately reap the rewards of your hard work, but that will only be possible if you remain disciplined and consistent with going to the gym. But yeah, that concludes my yap session. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope to give many more yap sessions on this channel if the Most High wills it. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or concerns, if you have any questions, please feel free to include it in the comment section below. I did think about an outro line, and my outro line will be, peace be with you all. Take care.